Support WrestleTalk!
Visit WrestleTalk.com.
Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I am Luke Owen. Any man with two hands has a fighting chance. The inspirational words from one of the most unlikely runs in WWE. James Ellsworth was released by WWE late last year, but his time with the company, including several WWE Championship matches against AJ Styles and a humorous managerial role with Carmella, has made him a hot property on the independent circuit. He's more or less been working non-stop ever since he left WWE and has even had a shot at the prestigious NWA World Heavyweight Championship. But Ellsworth isn't just content with being a World Championship contender, he's got bigger plans in place. Bigger, progressive plans. Ellsworth unveiled on Instagram and Twitter his new intergender championship, which he intends to defend against any and quite literally all comers like the second coming of Andy Kaufman. Ready to take on any woman for the World Intergender Championship. More on this in the coming days. This will be fun. This will be different. This will be innovative. But where did this belt come from exactly? One fan asked if he won it during a grueling tournament on a sweltering night in Rio de Janeiro, but Ellsworth replied, "It was in that Money in the Bank briefcase I took down." Well, that would certainly explain why Carmella has done nothing with it since she won it. Maybe someday Ellsworth can replicate the success of WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett and defend it in a good housekeeping match. Speaking of Jeff Jarrett...
No, that is not a good segue. Don't do that one.
It was announced earlier this week that former WWE Intercontinental, WCW, and TNA World Champion Jeff Jarrett will be the latest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame, who I can now confidently say, because I forgot Team 3D were also in there last time, will be the fourth person to be inducted into both the WWE and TNA Halls of Fame. Or is he the fifth because there's two Dudley boys? The news came as a big surprise to many, given the long-standing rumors of Jarrett's real-life heat with WWE's owner Vince McMahon. The legend goes that Jarrett held McMahon up for money at No Mercy 1999 before his good housekeeping match with Chyna, which is why Vince fired him on live TV the first chance he got after purchasing WCW in 2001. Although many have denied that Jarrett blackmailed him, we've actually got a full video about that this coming weekend, it turns out that Vince wasn't the man who wanted Double J in the Hall of Fame. Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated is reporting that Jarrett going into the Hall of Fame was the brainchild of Triple H, who was also the man behind Bruno Sammartino accepting his induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2013. Barrasso also ties this into the story that former TNA and Impact Wrestling mainstay Jeremy Borash signed to work with NXT, which is reportedly because Triple H is putting together his team for when he eventually takes over the company. Following the hire of former longtime TNA employee Jeremy Borash, the question now exists whether Jarrett will fit into Triple H's team for NXT and developmental. Triple H's tweet about Jarrett going into the Hall of Fame would certainly suggest that Hunter values Double J's promotional work over his in-ring success, and has been very transparent about working with other companies outside of WWE like Progress, Evolve, and ICW, something that Jarrett has a lot of experience in. Jarrett will be going into the WWE Hall of Fame alongside Ivory, the Dudley Boys, and Goldberg. Speaking of Goldberg...
No, that is just lazy. That is not a good segue!
Who will induct Goldberg into the WWE Hall of Fame? Will it be one of his WCW cohorts like Diamond Dallas Page or Sting? Will it be Eric Bischoff who helped him get his big national exposure? Well, according to PW Insider, Goldberg could be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by none other than Paul Heyman. While Mike Johnson notes that this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to him, Heyman and Goldberg's WWE careers have been intertwined. Goldberg's final feud before leaving WWE in 2004 was with Brock Lesnar, with some involvement by SmackDown general manager Heyman, and his return to WWE was against Lesnar with Heyman as the Beast Advocate. The rumors are that Heyman was the man responsible for Lesnar and Goldberg's feud in 2016 and 2017, and was writing their promos and in-ring segments for TV and pay-per-view. Let's hope Heyman's speech isn't just him telling Goldberg to stay in his seat like he did at No Way Out 2004. Speaking of No Way Out 2004...
Come on. You just can't say the word and then... But this is a Patreon plug, so okay, that's a good segue.
The Wrestle Ramble Extra review of No Way Out 2004 will be going live next Monday. Wrestle Ramble Extra is a monthly podcast with Ollie and myself where we review pay-per-views from wrestling's past as voted for by you, and is available exclusively for $5 and above backers on our Patreon. And coming up on Monday, March 5th, we will be recording our first Fantasy Booking Warfare under its new format. Backers on Patreon at the $25 and above level can suggest Warfare topics, which will then be voted on by all all other Patreon backers. So if you want to see us book a particular topic, head over to patreon.com/WrestleTalk for more information. What are the plans for Roman Reigns after WrestleMania 34? Click the videos on screen right now for more awesome wrestling content.